right, so 2 divided by 2, I'm left with x. And 4 divided by 2 is 2. So x is equal to 2. If I wanted to go ahead and check my answer, like I'm going to require you to do, I'm going to substitute this 2 in for x. So I'm going to do 2 times 2 plus 4 equals 8. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 4 equals 8. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 does equal 8. All right, let's move on. All right, w fourths plus 18 equals 3. Draw my line. All right, I want to keep the variable by over here alone, so I want to get rid of this constant, this 18. So I have a plus 18. I'm going to subtract 18 from both sides. Positive 18 and negative 18 are now 0. They're gone, so I'm left with w fourths. And 3 plus a negative 18 is negative 15. Because remember, a negative and a positive, your answer is going to be negative. All right, here we have w fourths. So really, it's w divided by 4. Okay? So the inverse, or the opposite of division, is multiplication. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 4. 4 divided by 4 is going to be 1. I'm left with w. Negative 15 times 4 is negative 60. Of course, I'm going to check my work. So I'm going to go ahead and substitute this negative 60 for the w. Negative 60 divided by 4 is negative 15. Plus 18 equals 3. So negative 15 plus 18 is 3. 3 does equal 3. All right, I want to go down to this one next, and then we're going to save this one for last. Go ahead and try this one on your own. Do all the steps that I taught you how to do. Okay? Go ahead and do that. All right, let's go ahead and do this together. All right, I want to keep this negative x over here. I want to keep my variable over here, so I want to take care of this 7. Okay, so this is a positive 7 because it doesn't have a sign in front of it. So the inverse of, or the opposite of a positive 7 is a negative 7 or minus 7. So I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. These are going to go ahead and equal 0, so I'm left with negative x. And 35 minus 7 is 28. Okay, so I can't have a negative x. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. How can I get it to be 1 or to be just x? Okay, to get a positive, I'm going to have to divide it by what? A negative. So I'm going to divide it by negative 1. Because a negative and a negative is a positive, so I'm left with x. X equals 28 divided by negative 1 is negative 28. All right, let's go back to this one. That looks a little scary, but it's not. All right, so x plus 5 over 3, that really means x plus 5 divided by 3 equals 20, okay? So like we did before, the opposite or the inverse of division is multiplication. So I'm going to multiply each side by 3. Okay, what I'm left with is x plus 5, and 20 times 3 is 60. Because what happens, remember, this is really 3 over 1, so they're just 3 divided by 3, we're left with 1, and we're just left with this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. So I get 55. These are 0 now, so I have x equals 55. And I'm going to go ahead and check my answer on this one, just because it looks new for us. So I'm going to substitute this 55 in for x. So I have 55 plus 5 divided by 3 equals 60. 55 plus 5 is 60. Divided by 3. Oh, it should be 20, I'm sorry. 20. So 60 divided by 3, 20? Yep. So 20 equals 20.